All right, let's dive in. Today, we're tackling what might be one of the oldest books in the world.
Ooh, sounds intriguing.
It's the Vajraprajna Paramita Sutra.
Better known as.
You had it, the Diamond Sutra.
Wow, to think this text has been around for centuries, influencing.
All sorts of Buddhist thought and practice across so many cultures. It's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our goal today is to take you, the listener, on this kind of
Guided tour.
a guided tour of this ancient text. And we really want to unpack those key ideas.
Give everyone a good understanding.
Yeah, of its significance.
That's like we're going on a dig, you know?
Ooh, I like that.
Carefully uncovering each layer.
Yeah, like an archaeological dig.
Yeah, embedded in each passage.
Okay, I love that analogy.
Sure.
So let's start at the very beginning.
Okay.
The title, Vajraprajna Paramita Sutra.
All right.
What fascinates me is that each word is like this little puzzle piece,
Uh-huh.
hinting at the deeper wisdom inside.
I agree. The title is definitely more than just a name. It's like a doorway into the core concepts of the sutra.
Okay,
So, Vajra, let's start there.
okay.
Often translated as diamond,
Right.
but it's got multiple meanings, wouldn't you say?
Definitely, I think of strength, clarity, and the ability to cut through things.
Exactly. And that's what the Diamond Sutra is all about, you know?
Oh, okay.
Cutting through the illusions
Yeah.
that cloud our perceptions and revealing the true nature of reality.
So it's not just physical strength, but
Mental resilience.
mental resilience, sharp insight.
Precisely. Now, add praja,
Okay,
which means wisdom.
right.
We get diamond wisdom.
Uh-huh.
This suggests wisdom that is unshakable, brilliant, capable of shattering ignorance.
And then we have paramita,
Yes.
meaning perfection.
So we're talking about
Like-
perfecting this diamond wisdom.
Yeah.
The Diamond Sutra basically guides us to achieving this ultimate wisdom,
Okay.
the kind that helps us see beyond the illusions of the self and the world,
Right.
leading to enlightenment.
It's like using a diamond to polish another diamond.
Yes,
Until it's perfectly clear.
exactly.
Okay, so we've got the title decoded.
Right.
Tell me, what's the structure of this text? Is it a narrative, a poem, philosophical?
The Vajraprajna Paramita Sutra is actually structured as a dialogue,
A dialogue.
a conversation
I love that.
between the Buddha and one of his closest disciples, Subhuti.
It feels so much more personal than just reading pronouncements.
Exactly. You get this dynamic back and forth exploration of ideas.
Okay.
The Buddha poses questions, Subhuti responds, and through this exchange,
Right.
those deeper layers are revealed.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So the sutra opens with these lines, and picture this. Thus have I heard. At one time, the Buddha was staying in the Jada Grove of the garden, the benefactor of orphans and the solitary, together with a gathering of great bhiksus, 1,250 in all, at that time at mealtime. And what's interesting is that these details might seem mundane at first glance,
Yeah.
but they actually play this crucial role in authenticating the text.
Right. They're not just random details.
Yeah.
These opening lines are highlighting the 6 requirements of a sutra,
Okay.
establishing its lineage, the setting, the time,
Okay.
the audience, everything to guarantee authenticity.
It's like this historical timestamp
Yeah.
and a seal of approval,
Exactly.
all in one.
Yeah.
But I'm curious,
Uh-huh.
what's the significance of the Jeta Grove?
Ah, great question.
Yeah.
The mention of Jeta Grove isn't just about the location.
Oh,
It points to the generosity of a wealthy layman who
okay.
donated this land to the Buddha and his disciples.
So even the setting carries this message about,
Generosity.
generosity and supporting the Dharma.
Exactly. It's these layers of meaning that make the Diamond Sutra so fascinating.
Now let's talk about Subhuti,
All right.
this key player in the dialogue.
Yeah.
He's not just any disciple, right?
Not at all.
He's described as an elder in multiple senses,
Right.
age, wisdom, and virtue.
Absolutely. Subhuti is renowned for his deep understanding of emptiness,
Okay.
a concept at the very heart of the Vajraprajna Paramita Sutra.
I am intrigued by his name, Subhuti.
Yes.
It translates to empty born.
Yeah.
It's like foreshadowing his insight.
And there's this captivating story about how he got that name.
Oh, tell me.
Legend has it, when Subhuti was born, his family's treasury mysteriously emptied itself.
Whoa, that's a bit ominous. Did they think he was cursed?
Might seem like a bad omen,
Yeah.
but the wise men, they saw it differently.
Okay.
They interpreted it as a sign that Subhuti had this unique connection to the concept of emptiness,
Right.
a concept that would later become central to his understanding of the Buddhist teachings.
Wow. So from his birth, this idea of emptiness is woven into his identity.
It definitely sets the stage for his role in the Diamond Sutra as
Right.
someone who can truly grasp
Yeah.
and embody the essence of the Buddha's teachings on emptiness.
I'm seeing how every detail,
Hmm.
even seemingly insignificant ones, points towards a deeper meaning.
That's the beauty of it.
It's like a tapestry woven with all these threads of wisdom.
Exactly. Invites us to pay attention,
Yeah.
to look beyond the surface, to uncover that intricate web.
Okay, so we've set the stage. Decoded the title, explored the structure, met the key players.
All right.
Now, let's dive into the heart of the Vajraprajna Sutra itself.
Let's do it.
What themes emerge?
One of the most prominent and transformative themes
Okay.
is this idea of giving without attachment.
Oh, go.
Chapter 4 beautifully illustrates this principle.
I remember that passage.
Yes.
The Buddha tells Subhuti that a bodhisattva should give without dwelling on form, sound, smell, taste, or even the act of giving itself.
It's pretty radical, isn't it?
It is.
It challenges our usual understanding of generosity,
Yeah.
urging us to detach from the idea of a giver, a receiver, and a gift.
Right.
True giving, according to the sutra, happens when we let go of all expectations and attachments.
So it's not about the accolades
Exactly.
or recognition that might come with giving.
The Vajraprajna Sutra introduces this concept
Okay.
of the three wheels of giving. The giver, the receiver, and the gift.
Right.
True generosity lies in recognizing the inherent emptiness of all three.
That's deep. How do we even grasp that in our daily lives?
The sutra uses this brilliant analogy to explain it.
Okay.
It says that giving with attachment is like trying to boil sand to make rice.
What?
No matter how much effort you put in,
Right.
you'll never get rice from sand.
That's a great analogy.
It is, isn't it?
So if we're attached to the act of giving, to the reward, to the recognition, we're essentially boiling sand.
You got it.
We're caught in this cycle of expectations and grasping and ultimately miss out on the true liberation that comes from selfless generosity.
That's it.
Okay, so the Diamond Sutra is saying that true giving comes from a place of non-attachment.
Uh-huh.
But how do we cultivate that kind of mindset?
It's a radical shift, but the Vajraprajna Sutra offers a path. It guides us towards cultivating wisdom, recognizing interconnectedness, and understanding impermanence.
It's like the sutra is asking us to shift our perspective.
Exactly.
See beyond the illusion of separate selves and possessions.
And to act from a place of genuine compassion, where giving is a natural expression of interconnectedness,
Right.
rather than a transaction with strings attached.
This concept of giving without attachment,
Yeah.
it's like the sutra is asking us to redefine what it means to be truly generous.
And that's just the beginning of the journey the Vajraprajna Sutra invites us on.
Speaking of transformation,
Yes.
there's this passage about incredible merit gained from sharing even just 4 lines of the sutra with others.
It's powerful.
It is.
It speaks to the idea that wisdom is meant to be shared.
Yeah.
It's like a ripple effect.
Uh-huh.
The more we share this knowledge, the more it expands.
The sutra doesn't just encourage us to keep it to ourselves, it practically implores us to spread it.
Absolutely. Recognizing the power of these teachings to alleviate suffering
Yeah.
and create a more compassionate world.
So it's not just personal enlightenment.
Right.
It's sharing that light with others.
Illuminating the path for them as well.
This idea of spreading wisdom makes me think of the King of Kalinga story.
Oh, yeah.
That was wild.
Definitely.
It really highlights patience as a path to enlightenment.
One of the most dramatic and thought-provoking stories in the sutra.
I'm not sure I fully grasp how this story about a king in a past life connects to the core teachings.
Sure.
Maybe a quick recap.
Of course. The story takes place in a past life long before the Buddha attained enlightenment. He's depicted as this young ascetic practicing in the mountains
Right.
when he encounters the king of Kalinga.
Okay.
This king is, shall we say, not exactly a peaceful ruler,
Uh-huh.
driven by jealousy and rage.
Right.
In a fit of fury, he dismembers the ascetic's body, believing this young man is lusting after his wives.
Brutal. But what's incredible is the ascetic's reaction.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah. He remains perfectly calm even as his limbs are being severed.
That's the heart of it.
Yeah.
It's the Buddha's way of illustrating the power of patience as a paramita,
Okay.
a perfection to be cultivated on the path.
So even facing this violence, the Buddha-to-be embodies perfect patience.
Exactly. And it's through this patience that his limbs are miraculously restored.
It's like his non-reaction, his lack of anger becomes this force for healing.
And there's more.
Whoa.
The Buddha reveals that he lived as the patient immortal for 500 lifetimes.
500 lifetimes. That's a serious commitment. What's the takeaway for us, though?
Good question.
Is the path to enlightenment just enduring suffering?
The Vajraparamita Sutra isn't advocating for blind acceptance of injustice.
Okay.
It's about developing a deep inner resilience
Right.
that allows us to respond to challenges with wisdom and compassion.
So it's not about becoming a doormat.
Not at all.
It's about inner strength,
It is.
responding skillfully to difficult situations.
The King of Kalinga's story is a powerful metaphor for the inner work we need to do
Yes.
to break free from suffering
Right.
and reach liberation.
It's not just for ourselves either.
No, it ripples outward, creating positive change in the world around us.
It's like the sutra is reminding us that true change starts within,
Exactly.
transforming our own minds and hearts,
Yes.
and then letting that transformation flow outward.
The story isn't just an anecdote. It's a powerful reminder that we have the power to choose how we respond to challenges.
Okay.
By choosing patience, we tap into a source of strength and wisdom.
I'm beginning to see how these ancient teachings are so relevant today.
It's timeless wisdom
Yeah.
that can guide us towards a more peaceful and compassionate way of living.
Speaking of embodiment,
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious about the Buddha's 32 physical marks.
Okay.
It said that these are signs of his enlightenment.
Yes.
But can we truly know a Buddha just by their appearance?
That gets to the heart of the sutra's teachings on seeing beyond form. It's a paradox, wouldn't you say?
It does seem like that.
You have these 32 marks supposedly signifying a Buddha,
Right.
but the sutra is all about looking beyond outward appearances.
So how do we make sense of that?
The key is understanding these marks aren't meant to be taken literally.
Okay.
They're symbolic representations of the qualities embodied by a Buddha,
Oh.
more like pointers toward enlightenment.
So not about judging someone based on physical attributes,
Right.
but recognizing inner qualities.
Exactly. The sutra is urging us to go beyond those superficial markers
Right.
and perceive the true nature of Buddhahood,
Okay.
which is formless beyond description.
There's that line in the sutra. If one sees me in forms, if one seeks me in sounds, he practices a deviant way and cannot see the Tathagata. It's like a direct warning against getting hung up on appearances.
That's a great point. The sutra is urging us to cultivate deeper seeing,
Yeah.
a wisdom that penetrates beneath the surface and recognizes interconnectedness.
Cultivating what the sutra calls no mark. True understanding beyond all concepts.
Exactly.
So the 32 marks, rather than being a distraction, are meant to guide us towards something greater.
They are invitations to look beyond the physical form,
Okay.
to perceive the essence of enlightenment within all beings.
True Buddhahood is not something you can see with your eyes,
It is not.
but rather realize through cultivating wisdom and compassion.
That's right.
The Vajraparamita Sutra constantly challenges us to expand our perception.
It's an invitation to a journey of awakening,
Yeah.
where we shed illusions and move towards a more profound understanding.
I feel like we've only scratched the surface.
And that's one of the most wonderful things about it. It reveals new layers with each reading,
Right.
inviting us into a lifelong exploration of wisdom and compassion.
Now, speaking of expanding our perception, there's the concept of the five eyes.
Ah, yes.
They offer a glimpse into the potential of human consciousness.
The different ways of seeing available to us.
Tell me more about these five eyes. I'm ready to upgrade my vision.
The five eyes are the flesh eye, the heavenly eye, the wisdom eye, the dharma eye, and the Buddha eye.
Okay, so the flesh eye is our everyday vision,
Well,
but I have a feeling it's not that simple.
you're right. Even the flesh eye, as described in the sutra, has a more expansive capacity
Okay.
than our usual way of seeing. It can see through physical objects and perceive subtle energies.
Wow. Already next level. What about the heavenly eye?
The heavenly eye grants the ability to see vast distances, to perceive events in other realms,
Okay.
witness the karmic unfoldings of past and future lives.
It's like cosmic X-ray vision.
And then there's the wisdom eye.
Okay.
It takes us deeper,
All right.
allows us to contemplate the true nature of reality, to perceive the emptiness of phenomena,
Okay.
to see through the illusions of the self.
So wisdom X-ray vision, sign me up.
But wait, there's more. The Dharma eye goes even further,
Okay.
granting the ability to see interconnectedness, to perceive cause and effect,
Okay.
and understand the Dharma.
Like accessing the cosmic library.
And finally, the Buddha eye,
Right.
the ultimate expression of awakened vision,
Okay.
encompassing all the previous eyes,
Wow.
allows us to perceive reality with complete clarity and boundless compassion.
Incredible. But there's a warning about losing these powers through arrogance.
That's right, a crucial point.
Yeah,
True wisdom isn't about gaining superpowers or becoming spiritually superior.
right.
True wisdom is grounded in humility.
So it's not about boosting our ego,
Exactly.
these expanded ways of seeing.
The five eyes are tools for cultivating understanding, compassion, and service.
Okay.
True spiritual growth is measured by the depth of our compassion and willingness to share wisdom.
It's a beautiful reminder.
It is.
Okay, cultivate the five eyes is going on my to-do list.
Good one.
But first, there's this passage that says, Bodhisattvas do not receive blessings.
Ah, yes, a classic.
It's puzzling.
It can seem that way at first.
How can bodhisattvas who dedicate their lives to helping others not receive blessings?
Well, the key is recognizing the profound shift in perspective that the sutra invites us to embrace.
Okay, I'm ready for that perspective shift.
The sutra isn't saying that bodhisattvas are deprived of blessing.
Right.
It's pointing to the fact that true bodhisattvas act out of pure compassion without attachment to the rewards of their actions.
So they've transcended the reward-punishment paradigm,
They have.
operating from pure love and compassion.
Exactly.
So not about expecting a cosmic pat on the back
Right.
for good deeds, but about the intrinsic joy of selfless service.
That's it.
It's radical.
It is.
Not about merit points for a better afterlife. It's embodying compassion in every moment.
Our true wealth lies in our capacity for love, compassion, and wisdom.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
And it connects to non-attachment as a key to enlightenment.
Yes.
The sutra encourages us to let go.
Of clinging to self, to things, to outcomes.
It's like pointing us toward a treasure chest.
Yes.
Overflowing with wisdom and compassion.
We already possess it.
And all we have to do is open it up.
The key to unlocking that chest lies in practicing the teachings.
Bringing them to life.
In our everyday lives, letting them guide us.
We've covered some mind-blowing concepts.
Yeah.
Diamond wisdom, giving without attachment, the patient immortal, the five eyes, paradox of blessings.
Just at the tip of the iceberg, the Vajraprajnaparamita Sutra is a text that reveals new meaning with each reading.
It's a diamond with infinite facets.
Exactly.
Before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Okay.
I want to leave you, the listener, with a question to ponder.
All right.
If everything is impermanent, like a dream, what actions create lasting value?
That's a question worth sitting with.
We'll explore it further in the next part, but for now, let that question simmer.
See what insights emerge.
And remember, the Vajraprajnaparamita Sutra is a wellspring of wisdom just waiting to be discovered.
Seek it out, explore its teachings, and let its transformative power guide you.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the Vajraprajnaparamita Sutra
I hope everyone's had some time to reflect on that question.
about impermanence. Yeah, if everything is impermanent, like a dream,
What actions create lasting value in our lives?
it really gets to the heart of what the sutra is trying to teach us.
Absolutely. Challenges our usual ideas about success and achievement, even legacy.
Especially because everything is constantly changing.
Everything in the conditioned realm.
Yeah, our wealth, our possessions,
Even our bodies.
it's all impermanent.
Like fleeting dreams.
Makes you wonder, if everything disappears, what's the point of striving?
That's where the sutra's teachings on unconditioned merit come in.
Yeah.
True lasting value doesn't lie in chasing those fleeting things.
Uh-huh.
It's about cultivating qualities that transcend the impermanent qualities that aren't subject to change.
Like wisdom, compassion, generosity.
Mm,
Those seem unbound by time and space.
exactly. They're expressions of our true nature, our Buddha nature,
Right.
which is inherently pure and indestructible.
So our actions may have a limited lifespan.
But the motivations behind them,
Create that ripple effect.
that extends beyond our lives.
So by acting with wisdom and compassion,
We're planting seeds,
seeds of enlightenment that can blossom in others,
even after we're gone.
contributing to this collective awakening.
Precisely. The sutra asks us to shift our focus from personal gain to selfless service. Consider the impact on all beings, create a more compassionate and awakened world.
It's a legacy worth striving for, not statues or fortunes, but contributing to something bigger.
And those qualities, love, compassion, wisdom,
They're already within us,
part of our true nature.
waiting to be cultivated.
It's like the sutra is pointing us to this treasure chest,
Yeah.
overflowing with priceless gems.
And the key to opening it.
Practicing the Vajraprajnaparamita Sutra's teachings, bringing them to life in our lives.
Okay, so we're getting a sense of how to create lasting value, even in a world where everything is changing.
Uh-huh.
I want to bring up another passage that I found intriguing.
Or
It's in chapter 11, where the Buddha tells Subhuti, if a good man or good woman can receive, hold, read, and recite this sutra, and if people ridicule him, that man has karmic offenses from previous lives which destined him for the evil paths. But because in his present life he is ridiculed by others, his previous karmic offenses are destroyed, and he will attain Anuttarasamyaksabodhi.
whoa, that's a lot.
It is. So someone studying and sharing the sutra might be ridiculed for it.
The sutra acknowledges that possibility.
But why ridicule for spreading wisdom and compassion?
It often comes down to ignorance, fear, attachment to old ways of thinking.
Right.
The sutra challenges beliefs, can be disruptive.
So when people feel threatened,
They lash out.
but even though the path isn't always smooth, facing ridicule can be purifying.
Think of it like this.
Okay?
The resistance we encounter can be a sign we're on the right track.
Okay.
Shaking things up, creating space for transformation.
And enduring ridicule for upholding the Dharma can lead to enlightenment.
Anuttarasamyaksabodhi.
Right.
It's a message of caution and encouragement.
Buckle up, listeners. The path might have detours.
It might.
Okay, I'm ready for more of those mind-bending teachings.
Well, one of the most famous paradoxes is the statement, the Buddha dharmas spoken are no Buddha dharmas.
Wait, how can the teachings of the Buddha be no Buddha dharmas?
The beauty of a paradox makes us think outside the box.
Right.
This paradox points to the idea that all teachings are skillful means,
Pointers to the truth, not the truth itself.
like a map that guides us.
But isn't the destination?
Exactly. Language and concepts are inherently limited.
Right.
Can't fully encapsulate the ultimate truth.
So don't get caught up in the words.
Use them as stepping stones to direct experience.
The Buddha dharmas can lead us to enlightenment.
But don't cling to them.
This paradox highlights an open, flexible mind.
Not attached to fixed views.
The ultimate truth is beyond concepts.
We grasp it through direct experience, wisdom, and compassion.
Okay, holding two contradictory ideas at once, the teachings are both valuable and ultimately empty.
Embrace the mystery, the vastness.
Letting go of the need to define everything.
That's where freedom lies.
A journey of letting go, shedding beliefs, opening to wisdom and compassion.
It is.
The Vajraparamita Sutra isn't just a text, but a world.
Full of surprises.
Okay,
As we continue, we'll encounter more paradoxes.
bring it on. What other treasures are hidden within the sutra?
One key theme is seeing beyond form.
We've touched upon that.
It's central to Buddhist thought.
How does the sutra help us cultivate that?
It points us toward freedom from suffering
Okay.
caused by attachment to impermanent forms.
Wow.
Everything is constantly changing, in flux, and empty of inherent existence.
How do we train ourselves to see through those illusions?
It's a process, a practice.
Okay.
Cultivating wisdom, practicing mindfulness, recognizing interconnectedness,
Shifting our perspective.
going beyond our ego-centered viewpoint.
So our perception is always shaped by our thoughts, beliefs, and attachments.
Exactly. We cling to a solid self and
Yeah.
project that onto the world.
We see through that lens
Attached to things, people, outcomes,
and suffer when those things change.
creating our own suffering.
Trapped in a prison.
The sutra offers a key,
Okay.
points us towards a more expansive and liberating understanding,
Okay.
where everything is interconnected and in flow.
When we see through the illusion of separateness,
We develop compassion,
because we're all in this together,
happiness intertwined.
the sutra guides us toward interconnectedness.
That shift in perspective changes everything. Relationships, actions, our relationship with the world.
Not denying the material world, but seeing it for what it is.
Impermanent, interconnected, empty.
And through that, we cultivate peace and freedom.
You get it.
I'm starting to see why this sutra has been so influential.
Timeless wisdom.
Yeah. Helps us navigate life and awaken to our true nature.
As we move into the final part,
Okay.
reflect on these teachings, how to integrate them.
What resonates? What challenges do you face?
The Vajraparamita Sutra is a source of boundless wisdom, always there.
Welcome back to our final part of this deep dive into the Vajraparamita Sutra.
It's been quite a journey.
It has. Exploring the depths of this ancient text.
My mind feels stretched
Mine too, in all the best ways. Challenged.
and expanded by these teachings.
Absolutely. Now, as we wrap up, I want to
Okay.
focus on a passage that often sparks debate.
Okay.
It's in chapter 8,
Great.
where the Buddha talks about the merit of sharing the sutra with others.
Oh, yes, where he says,
Right.
if, on the other hand, a person were to receive and hold from the sutra even so few as 4 lines of verse and speak them for others, his blessings would surpass the previous ones.
A bold statement.
It is.
Especially when you consider that the previous ones refer to giving away tons of gems.
An unimaginable amount.
So what makes sharing even a small part of the sutra so powerful?
It comes down to the power of wisdom itself.
Okay.
Remember, the Vajrapraja Paramita Sutra offers a path to liberation from suffering, a path to awakening
Right.
when we share this wisdom. We're planting seeds of enlightenment.
Okay.
Those seeds have the potential to blossom in countless hearts and minds.
So we're contributing to this collective awakening.
Precisely. The sutra invites us to see ourselves not as isolated individuals, but as interconnected threads
Wow.
in this vast tapestry of life.
So it's not just personal gain or merit.
No.
It's about the well-being of all beings.
Recognizing that our actions have consequences
Yeah.
impacting the world around us.
Okay, this makes sense to me.
Uh-huh.
But I keep thinking back to that teaching
Which one?
where the Buddha says, Suputi, the Buddhaharmas spoken, are no Buddhaharmas.
Right, a classic paradox.
How do we reconcile these two ideas?
On one hand, the sutra is this transformative text.
Yes.
On the other hand, all teachings are ultimately empty.
It's like we're pulled in two directions.
That tension makes these teachings so potent.
Okay.
Sutra loves paradox, challenging us to hold multiple perspectives,
Right.
expand our understanding.
Beyond logic.
Language and concepts are tools. They point us towards the truth,
Okay.
but they can't fully encompass it.
So don't get attached to the words themselves,
Use them as stepping stones.
to direct experience.
Exactly.
How do we share the Vajraprajan Paramita Sutra then in a way that honors both its wisdom and its emptiness?
Share the teachings with humility,
Okay.
recognizing they are skillful means, encouraging others to embark on their own journey.
Not dogma.
No, it's about planting seeds of possibility
Inspiring others.
to awaken to their own inherent wisdom.
The true merit lies not just in reciting the words, but in embodying them.
Beautifully said. The most powerful teaching is the one we live,
Living those teachings,
demonstrating their transformative power through our actions,
so we become living examples,
inspiring others not through words.
but through our being.
As we close our deep dive into the Vajrapraja Paramita Sutra,
Yeah.
I'm left with awe and inspiration.
Me too. It's an ancient text.
It's so relevant.
It offers a roadmap to a more peaceful
Impact.
and enlightened way of living.
A timeless treasure.
The journey doesn't end here, though, does it?
It doesn't.
It's an invitation to a lifelong exploration
A path of continuous unfolding
and awakening,
requires questioning, letting go.
embracing a compassionate way of seeing.
A journey for everyone,
The Vajrapraja Paramita Sutra is a gift
offering a path to true freedom.
and lasting happiness
May its wisdom guide us,
on our journeys of awakening.
and may we find the courage and compassion to share its transformative power with the world.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.